Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk and today we are talking about Amazon reimbursements. Did you know that Amazon might actually owe you money? And today I'm going to walk you through how you can request that with SellerBoard. So if you are an Amazon FBA seller, you probably already know this, but Amazon sometimes damages or loses your inventory, or a customer doesn't return the item they wanted a return for, and that means you might be due for a reimbursement from Amazon. Amazon's FBA inventory reimbursement policy is, if an item you send to us as part of the Fulfilled by Amazon FBA service is lost or damaged at a facility or by a carrier operated by Amazon or on Amazon's behalf, we will replace that item with a new item of the same FN SKU, or we will reimburse you for it. This is why it's important, if you're an FBA seller, to use Amazon's preferred UPS account when you're sending in your items, because if it is damaged by UPS on the way, Amazon will reimburse you for it. Eligibility for items covered under this policy must include they're registered at FBA the time they were lost or damaged, it complies with their FBA requirements, you have sent in the exact item in the exact quantities stated in your shipping plan, so if you send in extra and one is damaged, they're not going to cover that. The item is not pending disposal or was not disposed at your request before, item is not defective or not damaged by the customer, and your selling count is in normal without any claims. So if a customer damages, I did a return video, I'll link it here. If a customer damages your product, you are not eligible for reimbursement. That is unfortunately just a cost of being a retailer, and if you sell on Amazon, you are a retailer. So Amazon calculates the price they're going to reimburse you for an item based off of what you were selling it for the last 18 months, what other sellers were selling it for in the last 18 months, the current price that you have it listed for, as well as the price that other sellers have it listed for. So if you don't have any more in stock, they're going to go off of what your price was and whatever it's going for. Unfortunately, sometimes this means you don't actually get the covered. You might not get like what you were expecting if it's sold for a profit. You can always get exactly what you paid for at the minimum, because should you ask for it back, a reimbursement, and they say like it's, you know, you paid $7 and they're only giving you $5. You can send them your receipt and say like, look, this is what I paid for it. Can you at least cover that? And usually they will, but just something to note. For FBA returns, it's very similar. The customer has 45 days from the date that they requested for it to be returned to send that inventory back to Amazon. If after 60 days it has not been sent back to Amazon, Amazon should be reimbursing you. If they don't reimburse you, you can ask for a reimbursement. Now you should stay up on your returns because it'll only go back 18 months. So if it's been a return past 18 months, well then you can't get your money back. So I always say to do it every, quarter or at least twice a year. You should definitely be making sure that Amazon doesn't owe you any money. I'm going to link Amazon's full FBA return policy below. It's a link to Seller Central, so you can read it right from Amazon yourself. So how do you go about getting this money back? Well, if you didn't know, I love SellerBoard and I use it because it's an easy app. I can do app or desktop where I can see my profit and track my inventory. Like I can know my ROI and then margin, real numbers from what has been selling on Amazon. It's all tied right into my account and it's right there. But they also have something called Money Back, where it'll run the reports for you so that you don't have to do all the different reporting from Seller Central to know if Amazon owes you any money. It gives you all the information and it's super simple. So today I'm going to walk you through how to use SellerBoard Money Back to get money back on your Amazon account. SellerBoard has given me a link which you can try it out for 2 months free, and you don't have to put in a credit card, you can just try it out. And every account level, there's a bunch of different tiers of account levels you can sign up for, but every account level has this money back option, so you can choose the cheapest one if you want and use this function. As I mentioned, all these reports are in Seller Central, and what SellerBoard is doing is pulling those reports and then cross-referencing, and you'll see it's kind of crazy how they can do it. But you can run all these reports. It's like 2 or 3 different reports that you would have to run your returns and then run to see if they've already been reimbursed, and it's kind of like this whole big deal which I have to relearn every time I go to do it, but this makes it really easy. So from your SellerBoard account up here at the top, you will just click on Money Back and it will take you to this page. as you can see here, there are 3 options for money back claims, which SellerBoard can help you with. Lost and damage, which is where the warehouse has damaged your products or lost your products. Return reimbursements, where customers didn't return the products. And FBA fee changes. This one is where Amazon might change the fee due to the product being inaccurately measured or weighed. Like, it tells you if the fee increased. Okay, so let's start with the damages and lost products. So you can see here that SellerBoard is saying that I have $82 owed to me from the lost and damaged products. You can scroll down here to click generate report, and if you have a lot of sales and a lot of history like I do, you might want to hit email me, and you can move on and wait for the email. Now, I did hit email me, although it emailed me pretty quickly, so I probably just could have waited it out. Okay, so here is what the report looks like from SellerBoard, and I went ahead and zoomed in because it was really tiny, so that's why it looks really big right here. So you can see it's giving me the FN SKU, which is directly tied to my account, as well as the item, whatever it was. And then we've got lost, meaning they've lost the product at some point. Damaged, for whatever reason, it's damaged. Then there's the found column, and you can see none of these have actually been found, but if they would, there would be a number there. Reimbursed is ones that they've already reimbursed me for, so it looks like on this one, which is a lip balm, 2 were damaged and 2 were reimbursed. However, the lost one is still missing, and you can see that here. And then SellerBoard is saying that they are estimating that Amazon owes me $676 for this product. Now, if I hit the plus sign over here, it's gonna open up the items for this. So this is the date that it would happen. So it was damaged on the 21st of March. And then this is the transaction ID from Amazon. So every thing that happens to your product, there's some kind of transaction ID that Amazon is giving it, it's generating it to track that thing. So when it was lost, when it was damaged, when it was reimbursed, all of that is tracked, and so we have them right here, and it will have it for every one of them. So this one, you can see there's only 1 that was lost and it's still missing. This one, 2 damaged and 2 missing. And then lastly, we've got 1 lost and still missing. So all of these ones that they've lost and are still missing, I should be reimbursed for. So all I have to do is go back to SellerBoard, and they have a template here where you can copy and paste over to your seller account by opening a help ticket. Now I'm going to walk you through how you can open a help ticket. If you didn't know, in the new system, it's just like this little question mark in the corner here. You go ahead and click on that, and you want to scroll to the bottom where it says need more help. From there, you're going to click on selling on Amazon, because that's what we want help with, and then I'm going to go copy and paste the template from SellerBoard over into my help ticket. I'm going to copy the FN SKU and my ASIN right from the report from SellerBoard, and you just put them in right here. Then we want to grab the date and transaction for the lost one that I want reimbursed for, and I'll copy that over here into the template. Now Amazon's going to try to guess like what it is that you want help with. It's reading your email. So from there, you can copy the transaction ID here, and it's going to look it up and tell you if there is something there. So I'm going to check the status. Now it's saying it needs further investigation with a associate. Awesome, that's what I want too. So we'll just hit contact us, because I just want them to send the email. I don't want to like keep doing this over and over. So I just do that, and it's going to send the email. Now I just went ahead and did the rest of them. So I've got my cases open, and now I'll wait for them to be reimbursed. They are pretty quickly. You'll probably hear back same day. Okay, now on to the customer returns section. So as you can see here, it's very similar, and SellerBoard is saying that I'm owed $275. So now I'm going to run the report. Now, if you've already refunded the customer without the customer having to send it back, you cannot be reimbursed. This is straight like the customer wanted it to return FBA, and then it was not sent back FBA, so now you're owed that money since the customer kept the product. Now, if you have done FBM and you've already reimbursed the product, well, you're not going to get a reimbursement from Amazon because you as a seller decided to refund that product. The same thing goes with non-returnable items. Unfortunately, there are categories like grocery where the customer doesn't have to physically return the item and you are just out the cost of that item, which really sucks. So be careful if you have a lot of high-priced non-returnable items, because you might get a bad customer and you just have to be willing to take that risk. At the end of the day, it's an expense to your business tax-wise and all that, but it does suck. You can see here they're estimating my reimbursement amount is $275, and then you would click here to download the report. You can do Excel or CSV, and then right here is where you can select the dates. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the dates that they already have, which should be 18 months back, so that's what you see there. Okay, so I've clicked run the report on SellerBoard, and again, I'm asking for it to be emailed me, so I'll just wait for it to arrive. Here's what the customer return report looks like from SellerBoard. Now you can see some of these are quite old. So we've got the units sold, the sum of whatever it was, you returned units, refunded to the buyer, they got their money back. However, their unit was not received back, and you can see here, this one is almost 2 years old, so these 500 and something days, those are super old, and I'm not gonna be able to get any of the money back for those. But you can still see how much they're think that I am owed. But now let's go down to some of the newer ones, which I can ask for back. And then you can see there's even some that are getting close to the 45 days, but not quite. So now before I go ahead and open a ticket to Amazon, I'm gonna look these up myself, because you can see if you've already been reimbursed, and you really don't wanna ask Amazon or open a ticket if you've already been reimbursed for it. So from your Seller Central account, to check if you've been reimbursed, you would first go to your reports, payments, and then there at the top you wanna click transaction view. And all I'm gonna do is copy and paste these order numbers over there to see if I've been reimbursed already. So I'll pick the most recent one that I'm eligible to be reimbursed for, because like I said, if it's not been 45 days, I think it's changed to 60 now, I'm not 100%, but either way, Amazon says you can't ask for it for a certain amount of time because the customer has to be able to get it to Amazon. So up here in the search bar, you're gonna search the order number, and you can see, even though SellerBoard is saying that I am owed that, you can see that Amazon has actually already reimbursed me, and they reimburse you for the amount that you would have made. So obviously you're not gonna make the fees that you have to pay Amazon, but they will reimburse you of whatever that money would have been made when you sold that item, minus the Amazon fees. So that's how it works, and you just want to go through and check them all. But if you do have any that you need to be refunded, well, they have a template for that. So I went through and checked them all, and here's one where it looks like I have not been reimbursed for it. So we're gonna go back to SellerBoard and grab the template to open the case with customer service at Amazon. So here we go. Again, going to help, need more help, and I'm gonna copy and paste, and now I'm gonna go grab the order number from SellerBoard. And then this is about FBA returns reimbursement, put in the order, check status. And then you can see the customer did not return the original item within the required time frame. Any item returned after that time has been removed from your inventory. Now that makes no sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open a case and have Amazon look into it more, because if it doesn't make sense, you can keep asking Amazon, because it should make sense to you. Okay, now I'm gonna walk you through the last one really quickly, but I will tell you that there wasn't any really fee changes that I saw that are worth it. Now, worth it to me would be something I'm actively selling and I have a lot of inventory of, or I'm constantly replenishing, and the fees are changing. Now, the fees shouldn't be changing like that, right? It shouldn't be changing very often. So here is what the SellerBoard report looks like, but as I said, it's nothing I'm personally going to be looking into because I don't usually sell stuff for that long, and I've definitely never noticed a fee change. However, if you do notice it, you can ask Amazon. Sometimes new sellers will get frustrated because the fees seem really high. Now, Amazon selling fees vary. It is a percentage of both the selling price and the category it happens to be in. So some categories are higher than other. Like books always have a really high FBA fee, probably because Amazon is like the original bookseller on that website. So that could be why, I don't really know. But anyways, so sometimes that happens. If you notice something that shouldn't be that high of a fee, you can email Amazon and ask them to remeasure it and readjust the fees. I think they're probably going to make you already have it listed, so you can't just email about something that you want to. You'd probably have to list it and then ask for it for them to actually do it. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. So here's what the report looks like on SellerBoard for fee changes. So you can see it's got the title of the item, the ASIN, my SKU for it, and then the different fee amounts here. Like I said, there's not really any that are like big blaring. I need to dig into that one more. It's not something I'm really going to use, but it is here for you on SellerBoard if you have the account. Like I said, SellerBoard has a code for you. It's linked below where you can try 2 months free, no credit card required, and you can see if you like it. I love it for the simple fact that all of my profit ROI margin is all right there on my phone with photos of what sold every day, so it's really easy to see. It's a lot easier than the Seller app as far as that. SellerBoard has made asking for your money back super easy, and it is something that you should keep on top of because Amazon is pretty good with the reimbursements, but you don't want to just trust them to do it. You want to be checking to see if Amazon owes you any money. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions about this or anything Amazon's selling. I'll be happy to answer your questions and or make a video about it if it needs one. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you back here for another Amazon selling video.